Jack. Here's Jack. Here's Jack.
Definitely brought to you by the Java House today. Definitely.
You finally made it in?
No, I've been every day this week so far. There's only been 2 days, so I guess that doesn't quite count. But
good start to the week, and it's a goddamn good day to go to the Java House.
Awful. I didn't get any punches. Oops, I forgot to give the kind gal my card. Oh well.
Kind gal. No wonder you were gonna get a punch. All right. Hello, kind gal.
She was a kind gal.
How'd you like a nice Hawaiian punch?
She was very cheerful, as opposed to me this morning.
Well, you're better now with your coffee, you grump?
I'm getting there. Oh, man, a horrible night last night. Just doing...
Want to talk about it, Jeff?
Sure, it's easy. No,
let's go with that.
It'll take only 4 seconds. Insomnia. So there we are. A complete lack of sleep. Not complete. I got about 3 hours, so
that's
fine.
I had a weird sleep thing last night. I woke up.
Yeah.
My alarm went off. I woke up. Every day I have the same routine. I drag into the bathroom, weigh myself.
You weigh yourself.
Enter it into Noom. I'm doing the Noom thing.
Of course.
And then the first thing I noticed a little off is the Noom wouldn't take my, wait a minute. What?
Noom's like, you're lying.
Yeah. I say, it's like, fuck it. So I put on my stuff for the gym. I put on my watch. My watch, look at it. It says 10:30. I'm like, oh, I need a new watch battery.
Oh, wait a minute. I think I know what's going on here. Did you get up at like 10:30 or something?
Yes.
What the hell? What happened?
Oh my God. I went to bed early last night. The night before I had a rough night. But anyway, so I was like, oh my God. And I looked at all my watches said 10:30. So
they were all in agreement.
my phone said 10:30. So yes.
Once the phone gets involved, you know it's real.
But shockingly, I didn't have any trouble getting back to sleep. I just went plowed through
good.
it. So then,
I
actually felt kind of awake. I felt like, oh, that was a good night's sleep. But then this morning when I was like, oh, I could sleep another 5 hours.
Yeah.
Sleep will do you in, man.
Oh,
it makes all the difference.
It's an insidious evil thing here in America.
Did you ever try seriously, there's an Army... I'll send that over to you, because in the military they have their sleep is so critical, and they have to sleep in the worst conditions and for short times. So they have this. I'll find it and send it over to you.
Oh yeah,
it's supposed to put you to sleep without drugs within 2 minutes if you follow the rules.
Okay,
it can't hurt, right?
No, I'll try. I mean, good Lord, this is not a new struggle for me. I've been doing it since when my parents brought me home from the agency. So, they're like, Howard,
the CIA,
this one won't sleep.
That agency, the CIA?
No, the baby agency.
Take him back. I want to sleep.
Where's the receipt, Howard?
I want a sleeper. Yeah, where's the receipt?
So here I am, but it's just fine. I'll get through. I got 3. I'm always grateful for the sleep I do get. When if given half the chance, I would never sleep. I know I just know my chemistry and how I'm made up. That
are you able to nap at all?
At work, not too much.
Well, at work you sleepwalk, but if you are able, like if it was a day off, could you nap?
Napping, I've never had a problem with. I can shut down pretty good in the middle of the day, especially if I'm completely deprived and deficient, which certainly would kind of be today. But and maybe over lunch, I've been known to do the power nap in my car over lunch. I'm brilliant at that. Oh, it's great. No, it actually helps. It helps tons.
Especially on daily too. You can open the windows and go sit out there.
God, it's perfect.
Put the seat back.
Such good car napping weather. Just so you know, everybody, if you need.
When we had our office up above Whistler's.
Yeah,
we had this attic type space, and I brought an old cot and would go in there at lunch, and sometimes whenever I could. And for my birthday one year, my coworkers got me a pillow. That was a nice thing.
They know what makes you.
That's right.
Get the boss more betting.
Worked out pretty well.
Wow. Excellent. All right.
We talked a little about Easter, and you don't have Easter envy, but you know what? I forgot to mention an Easter tragedy, at least in my eyes. On Monday, we found out about it. Margo and I were stretching, and up ambles Russ Meyer, and he said, "How was your Easter?" "Oh, good." His wife is the super baker, and
I remember you mentioning that. Yeah.
She made coconut cream pie for Easter.
I don't know if I would like that. I'm not.
See,
Russ,
Russ said I didn't. Russ is a pie eater, but he said I couldn't touch it. He can't do coconut.
I can do coconut, but not in mass quantities like that, where it's compressed coconut. I need. I don't mind if it's lightly sprinkled. Sure, we'll talk.
Even in coconut cream pie, it's not compressed. There's still.
What else is in there then?
Cream and crust.
Oh, cream and crust. All right. So I mean, maybe I'm not against trying. And to that end, I would say, Mrs. Meyer, you know where Hanover is. It's right by the post office.
The first time I ever even heard of coconut cream pie was Gilligan.
Yes. Whenever Marianne or Ginger wanted something out of him, they would bake him a coconut cream pie.
Ply him with, and how they were able to do that out on that island is a miracle.
Well, I mean, they needed to scope out the coconuts because the professor needed the skins to make chemicals and radios and satellite systems. So, yes.
The professor. Yeah. So, Job House is cooking. Good place to go today. Double punch day.
Yes.
Mr. Bob's. The weather's changing, but there are still needs for the homeless. Please check out Mr. Bob's Under the Bridge.
Oh, it ain't over yet. They say this weekend's gonna get a little chilly. So
and beautiful rain too. And that is the day of the Mel's River Run. So we got to see what's going on with that.
Yeah.
I do have. Speaking of the River Run, the signature sponsor. I'm having my problems this morning. We got to sleep. Port Washington State Bank.
Oh, very good.
This is we talked about. We really didn't say what it was, and they have a nice write up on Mel's site. This is an untimed, family-friendly river run. Bring your canoe or kayak. This is not a race. We just want everyone to enjoy their time on the Milwaukee River. Join Mel's at the Bridge Inn afterwards to enjoy food and beverages. Anyone over 21 years of age who participates will receive one Modelo's for Mel's free beer.
So it is a exhibition, not a competition.
Exactly.
Please, no wagering.
Yes. Registration begins and loading it begins at 7:30 in Wabadonia Park in Fredonia.
Oh, I know that place.
If you start there, it is a 13.25 mile river run, which they estimate will take 3 to 4 hours, so people can figure that out.
What goes on in Wabadonia Park stays in Wabadonia Park.
Is that where they started Flag Day? I think that's where it is.
Could be. Yeah.
Then there's a new part, piggy paddles. You can get in the water go on the water at 10:30 a.m. at Ehlers Park in Saukville. And the reason you do that at about 10:30 a.m. and that's still an 8.3 mile, 2 hour paddle. So if you don't feel like going 13.25 miles, you can go 8 and join in Saukville.
Yeah.
It ends at Veterans Park in Grafton. That's where AJ will be, where you can, and along the way you enjoy miles of scenic landscape.
It's a beautiful run. I mean, gorgeous out there, really.
Yeah, today would be perfect for it. Too bad.
And it's going to be in the 80s tomorrow, apparently. That's what they're telling us. Yeah.
That's too hot.
I know.
I want a refund. I want spring.
In fact, last night, when I, because what I did, actually, I kind of did what you did. I fell asleep early, but then woke up at like midnight or 1 a.m. or whatever. And I was just in my system was like, hey, it's go time. So I stayed up until 5 and then got my hour of sleep before alarm went off to take me to school. Fantastic. Anyway, but I will say, one part of it is I was actually pretty uncomfortable because my bedroom's up in second floor and it was warm upstairs last night and I cranked all the windows and I will say, man, that felt good. Just like the cross air coming through last night. I should have fallen right asleep with how comfortable I was. Right. But unfortunately, my brain was like, "Say, let's figure out the whole Ukraine thing."
Yeah, that's no fun, especially when the windows, especially when the conditions are perfect for sleeping. You're like,
oh, absolutely! What a waste! What a waste! Well, once I heard the birds started. By the way, the robins started at 4:17 today. I know this for a fact because I looked at the clock and I was like, "Oh shit!"
I've noticed a lot of fat robins around this spring.
Big time, yeah.
Oh my God, what the hell
Wisconsin.
is going on? Who is feeding the fucking robins?
Wisconsin robins.
Oh my God,
they're all going to have heart difficulties.
Oh.
I don't want to.
I can't believe it. It was like an orange ball, and it got closer. It was a robin. It was the breast of a robin was huge in the grass. I was like, "What?"
Say before we turn things over to AJ, I got to bring up a tragic loss that we're going to be experiencing this summer. No. I hear that's doing well over the Meyer house. No. Did you hear that the Sheboygan JCs have torpedoed Brat Days for the year?
I've never.
It ain't going down.
I heard Cardinal Stritch was closing.
I just heard that about the 5 seconds where I walked in the building. I was like, "What the hell is that?" Oh my God! I mean, that's
okay. What's more tragic to you, Cardinal Stritch or the Brat?
I mean,
Brat Days.
Actually, I worked at Cardinal Stritch for a short period of time, but
the curse continues.
Yes. Well, that one took a while. Usually I'm still there when the walls come tumbling in, but no. But that's a really big facility, huge campus, lots of. I mean, what happened? I didn't even know they were in jeopardy.
I didn't read the article. I just saw.
God, that's a big loss.
Yeah. It is.
I mean,
you're talking Cardinal Stritch, right? Not the Brat thing.
Well, and then there's that. So anyway, but yeah, and actually the Brat thing is just a 1-year thing. They had threatened last year. We need to regroup. I guess something wasn't working out. I don't know what.
Evidently.
But they said we need to take a year off.
You can't make money on a Brat Fest in Sheboygan. Something's wrong.
Something is very, very wrong. Maybe they found a financial impropriety or Brat impropriety.
I charge 25 cents for a Brat.
Okay. Yeah, if they're still using 1963 prices, we may have some issues.
Yeah.
But I don't think that was the issue. It's but we'll have to have this will be Bratgate instead of Watergate. We'll send our journalists in.
Today is not National Brat Day. Today is National Cheese Fondue Day.
Oh, fondant.
Are you a fondue? Where are you on fondue?
What a mess. No, it's a huge cleanup. I mean, I don't mind doing it at someone else's house.
It's a huge cleanup.
Oh God, it's just sauce everywhere, sticks covered in. No, thank you.
I'm just not a fondue guy. The idea
very
of
70s
cheese soup itself is like to me. And I had a big in Guardian Devil. I have a big scene at a fondue party.
Fondue scene,
yes. And
it really is not. It doesn't go on that often. Speaking of parties, you know what else we're losing today? Tupperware's in trouble. You hear about that?
No,
Tupperware's in big trouble.
The best thing I ever heard of Tupperware is the actual founder's name was like Earl Tupper.
Yeah, it absolutely was. He was a chemist, actually, which makes me feel real good about nuking anything in a Tupperware. You know, Mommy, how come my sandwich tastes like DuPont?
Oh man.
So all kinds of losses today. Cardinal Stritch, Brat Days, and Tupperware. Could it possibly get any worse on this Tuesday? Let's bring AJ in and find out.
Okay, well, you got to. You got to stay on for this part. You can bring AJ in, but it's also National Poutine Day.
I've never had it. I'm intrigued though.
Have you heard of it?
I have. It's like a potato type of thing with like with potatoes.
It's a Canadian meal that is influenced by French cuisine. The name is pronounced Poutine in French dominated regions of Quebec, but pronounced poutine in other areas.
Yeah, I wouldn't walk around calling it Putin anymore. I'll tell you what.
Yeah, the dish. Yeah, right. The combination is.
They finally named some dishes. I appreciate it.
The dish consists of French fries, cheese curds, and brown gravy. The combination is mixed in a bag.
It doesn't sound terrible.
Different restaurants prepare the dish in different ways, creating their signature versions. Some add meat sauce, butter, chicken, and other ingredients.
Sounds really good. Everything you're saying is just hitting the spot here.
Poutine has become popular over the years and can be found in restaurants, food chains, roadside food trucks, blah, blah, blah.
I feel like Culver's tried it once, like a special. I think there was like Culver's Poutine or something.
It's believed to have been created accidentally by Eddie Lavancé. He was a regular customer at a restaurant called Le Lutin Quevu. The restaurant was located in the town of Warwick in Arthurbeck County of Quebec. The town was known for making squeaky cheese curds.
Oh, now you're talking.
According to the story, Lancey asked for the cheese curds to be added to his French fries, and the restaurant owner replied, poutine, which means that is going to make a dreadful mess.
I thought it was, does your wife enjoy it?
I thought you said your dog did not bite. That is not my dog. In the United States, some restaurants in New York and New Jersey have their own mix of fries, gravy, and cheese called disco fries.
All right.
This Dr. Ben would love this. It is high in calories. An average serving of poutine contains about 1,400 calories.
That's well over half of what you're supposed to have during the day.
And there's a world record. Guess who?
Oh, it's that dude who was just here eating burritos.
Joey Chestnut holds the poutine eating world record for eating 28 pounds in 10 minutes.
God. So calorically,
it's at least 28 times 1,400. I'm sure a serving isn't a pound. It's got to be.
He's in the billions. He's like, man,
we got to have. Get your people on that. We need to have him on the show.
People are starving in this world. You know why? Because this
Joey Chest. Don't sit down next to Joey Nestle.
He's just eating all of it. Why isn't anyone eating in Bolivia? Because Chestnuts ate all your food.
Never go to Shakey's buffet with Joey Chestnut because you ain't gonna get nothing.
I closed the sizzler. There we go. Good God.
And the curse continues.
I feel like foodborne illness would mean nothing to this guy. It's like, that is listeria. Oh, that's fine. I'll just pass it like everything else.
No problem.
Good God. Oh, man.
I just need to know where the poutine is and then where the restrooms.
God, some people have butts. He's got a major, ejection system. comes out in cubes, like Energon cubes from the Transformers. My God.
Oh, what are those cubes?
Lord.
Bouillon cube.
Yeah, exactly.
I'll never be able to look at a bouillon cube again.
Wrapped in foil. All right, let's get AJ out here before we get into some real trouble. All right, AJ, you come just in time.
Fellas.
I hope you weren't listening into the top half of the show.
I was.
I'm sorry.
First of all, you sound wonderful, AJ.
Fellas, I'm severely disappointed today.
Uh-oh.
Oh, okay.
Severely disappointed.
Okay.
What'd I do?
Cardinal Stretch is closing. That's where my brother got his degree from.
That's
where my brother's got his master's degree from, so that makes me sad.
Okay.
B, Brates, what the hell?
Everything, yes. This is a crazy Tuesday.
AJ's cursing and unhappy and disappointed.
That's a bumper sticker. Brates, what the hell?
No, it's kind of interesting. It's a tradition in Sheboygan to have Brates and the Gus Macker, the 3-on-3 tournament.
Sure.
The same weekend. So it'll be interesting to have no Brates and a Gus Macker this year.
Oh man, this is all a bummer.
Yeah. Second, we'll get to sports in a second.
Okay.
Yeah. So I do have some sports for you guys.
Oh, good.
So it looks like the Bucks will play on Sunday.
Okay.
To open the playoffs, they'll play Sunday afternoon.
Okay.
And it looks like the Brewers can lose, but they can't score any runs when they lose.
It's real feast or famine right now, isn't it?
It is. They have 7 wins. They've scored runs when they win, obviously, but they've lost 3 losses. They haven't scored a run.
So we got to keep them from losing. If they win, everything's fine. If they start losing, it's complete ghost town.
Yeah, right. Exactly.
This morning speaking of the Brewers, CBS put out their first Major League Baseball power rankings. They said this is early, but they do it on other things besides just the record, like who teams have played and stuff. For example, the Rays obviously they're off to 10-0 start, but they've only played the Nationals and like 2 other teams that aren't really good.
Yeah, right.
But the Brewers, AJ,
Number
they have
5.
the Brewers up in 1 week. They moved up 10 spots to number 2.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
It's a big jump.
And the write-up is, if it weren't for the Rays, the Brewers might be the top dog in the discussion for who has had the most impressive start to the season. They took 2 of 3 in Wrigley before sweeping the Mets and taking 2 of 3 from the Cardinals. Top shelf stuff, crew. That's the write-up. Wow. What do you think?
I'm a little hesitant to go top shelf right now.
Okay. What the hell, as you would say?
No, because they can't score. So they can't score. So
well, when the bats go that cold, yeah.
So what I mean, their pitching is good. Their pitching. They only allowed 3 runs last night. So I wasn't too disappointed with that. But
is that Miley on the mound last night?
Miley on the mound.
He sucks.
Wow.
He gave up 2 hits and a 2-run homer. So
yeah,
it wasn't too bad last night. You know, the one thing I have to complain about is, and not really complain, it's these West Coast start times are unbelievable.
Yeah. Yeah, well, you know.
They got a 10-game.
I'm up. I'm not going to bed, clearly. It works for me.
You and just about 1%.
Right. I'm in. It feels like Euchre's talking to me directly.
Okay, AJ, did you sleep last night? Because Bulldog didn't sleep, and he's grumpy, but he's got nothing on you. You're firing. You're a maniac. What the hell?
No. I slept after the game. I fell asleep after the game.
Okay.
So it was good. It was a good night. I watched the game. I watched a little bit of I went to dinner with my brother and his friend from the gym. From the gym who is who's an advocate for people with disabilities. So,
nice.
Cool.
Where did you dine?
We went to the Brat House.
There's something called the Brat House?
Where's that?
It's in River Hills.
There's a Brat House in River Hills?
Yeah.
Really?
Are you kidding me?
What in the world?
What?
No one tells me anything.
You're making that up.
No, it's really good. It's really good.
Did you have a brat, for God's sakes?
Yeah, no, I had a burger.
Okay, well, that's fine too. That's fine too.
You can't go to a Brat House and have a burger.
Oh, I think you can.
But sports related fun fact, I did go past Giannis's house.
How's it looking? Do they need any yard work or anything?
There's no side jobs that need to be done.
Okay. There's a little snow removal or something. I can offer my services.
It was good. It was fun night. It was a fun night. I learned a lot, so it was fun.
What'd you learn, dude?
He talks about advocacy for people with disabilities.
Yeah.
He's got like support groups that work with people with disabilities, like victims of like shootings and stuff like that.
Sure. Yeah.
Cool. It's cool.
Excellent.
He's got a spinal cord injury from.
Okay.
So it was cool.
Yeah.
It was cool.
Yeah, but to ask you, AJ, since I don't know if you have any more items on your docket there.
Yeah, we got the Wednesday. I got the Wednesday. I got class tomorrow.
Yeah.
I got Wednesday class tomorrow, and then I got the library thing on Thursday. So
yeah.
Oh, that's right. Go ahead, Bulldog. Are you shifting away from sports?
Well, no. To that end, I've been meaning to ask you, AJ. It's been the problem with authors is that you write a book and your adoring public has only one question, and that's are you working on anything else? Do you have another book coming out? Do you have anything in mind?
Not yet.
Okay.
To be honest with you, I'm restarting this book.
Okay.
Because I'm kind of relaunching it because my other, for me, COVID hit and my speeches kind of dried up.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
kind of relaunching the book using the
Nice.
using the connections that I have to get the book up to some very like influential people.
Right on.
Trying
Like
to get
us.
out. My next one I'm trying to get out to is Luke Fickle. So that's what I'm trying
Okay.
to get out to Fickle, and then the next one I'm trying to get the book out so I can be a speaker eventually for some.
Okay. Yeah.
For some of these teams, so I'm gonna work on something to that end, probably in a few years or so.
Okay.
What?
I want to work on something with like how COVID impacted my life.
Sure. Absolutely.
Not a serious book, but like how it kind of impacted my life and how it kind of because I moved in the middle of COVID, so
Yeah.
I moved from Milwaukee to Mequon.
Okay.
In the middle of COVID, so
Yeah. Absolutely. All right.
Are the arrest warrants still good in Nozaki County, AJ? once you got out of Milwaukee County, you clear.
They can't extradite you.
I'm clear, I'm clear, Jack.
Okay. When AJ says I'm going to work my connections, no, I've never met another person who has more connections. Than,
I know. I have like 2, and one of them won't return my call, so I'm not sure if they're a connection anymore.
You know, it was kind of interesting. I took a shot in the dark yesterday. I'll just use this as an example. I don't want to pump it up too much, but I took a shot in the dark yesterday. I messaged my buddy who works from Badger Sports Properties and said, "Hey, can I get a book to Coach Fick? You know, would that be possible?" And he said to me, he goes, "Yeah, I do that for you."
Yeah, all you gotta do is ask in this life. That's actually the thing that people are always afraid to do, and they shouldn't be because
I'm like, really? He's
yeah,
I'll do that for you. I'm like, wow, okay.
Okay. We're always surprised, and yet we shouldn't be because as someone who writes screenplays and understands the concept of no really well, all no is just another way of saying yes. You just have to figure out why they're saying no, and you know, so
fix the air.
Yeah. Exactly.
If I can, real quick, I want to give a shout out to my shipping and handling department, aka my parents.
Yes.
Since they've been back from vacation, they've sent out a bunch of books for me and gave me a bunch of books. So if you know anyone looking for more books, I got some in my backpack that I can.
Cool.
Excellent. Around. And how much are the books, AJ?
Books are $15, but depending on the connection, it depends on who it is. Like I don't really charge that much. It's $15, but the $15 goes back to the book fund, so it goes back.
Absolutely.
Yep. Right.
Nothing wrong with that. That's just that's capitalism, my friend, and it looks a lot like this. Everybody.
There it is. There he is. Look at that.
That is the book, and
he's wearing his colors,
and that is
the ring. Those are the championship rings, man.
Absolutely fantastic.
I have one more thing, guys. I have youth group tonight as well. I'm going for the first time. So
nice. You're a busy man, AJ. That's good. Got to keep you out of trouble.
Counseling today in youth group. So
busy day.
I've got an idea for your AJ for your next book. You should write start, so that you can say that you've written everything from start to finish.
Yes.
I got you.
It's not a bad idea, actually.
Oh, thanks. I got a million of them.
Once
per quarter, Henke throws out a keeper.
And Jack, I heard you talking about River Run earlier. My appearance is weather dependent.
It's weather dependent.
Indeed.
Gotcha.
Actually, so is mine, AJ. We're in the same boat. And boat.
I looked. It said so far the forecast, and it always changes as you get closer to the date. But right now it says a chance of thunderstorms in the morning, and then showers later in the day. So
I want to go.
It could be hit or miss.
Yeah. I want to go because my aunt is going. My aunt signed up.
So right on.
Yeah,
cool.
Is this the aunt that is crazy enough to be going out with the St. Louis Cardinals fan?
That is correct.
Uh-oh.
Okay. What is he going to be in? Is he going to be in the boat
Yes.
Don't answer the question, AJ.
Is he gonna have a Cardinals flag on it so we can identify him clearly, so that I can take my Daisy BB gun out there and in the weeds and start shooting?
It's very
holes that are
shallow, so it
inflatable?
won't be. There won't be any fatalities, but they'll get very wet.
Yes. Yes, and we can't capsize it.
I'll be in the back with my Brigadier's hat saying, ready, Torpedo 2. Fire.
He's a good dude. He took me to a game last year. It was a good time.
Not good enough. He's got to take you to a lot more than that.
He took you to gloat. He's like, I'm going to bring AJ along so I can gloat about the Cardinals.
He took me. Funny that you bring that up, Bulldog.
Yes.
No, there's a story that goes through.
I would hope.
He took me to the game after the Cardinals clinched the division.
Oh. See? What, Cardinals fans, even when they seem to be doing something nice, there's always this little edge to it.
Right. Correct.
They'd give you like a free pizza, but then they would put extra pepperoni and say, pepperoni's kind of red, like Redbirds, kind of,
Right.
It never ends with that bunch.
It's very subtle.
Oh, it is.
Very subtle. That's not you, AJ. I'm not worried about that.
Oh, one more sport for those of you who have time. Rob Jeter from Western Illinois
Yeah.
has left Western Illinois to go to Southern Utah.
Huh?
Yep. AJ
Money?
was giving us a rundown on the net yesterday, and I'm glad so it's a for sure thing. Good for him. I hope it works out for him. I always thought he seemed like a very a good guy.
He's a very good guy. Yeah, I talked to him last week. He's a good guy.
Good. Hey, AJ.
Good.
NFL draft. You got a minute or no? Do you have to go somewhere?
No, I got a minute. I got a minute.
Okay.
9:15, so I got a minute.
Okay. They think up to 5 quarterbacks could go in the first round.
Ooh.
Bryce Young, C.J. Stroud, Anthony Richardson, is it Levis? I don't know how to pronounce it. The Kentucky guy. And Hendon Hooker could all go in the first round.
Ooh, 5.
But they all of them had red flags in order. Size, slight build, accuracy, mayo in coffee, and pro-style fit. Will Levis, the Kentucky quarterback, don't know if this is true or not, but the story going around is he puts mayo in his coffee.
That's an automatic red flag right there.
Eats bananas without peeling them, and is deathly afraid of milk.
What is wrong with dude?
We got to find out if that's true or not. What out of those 3 things, what's the worst?
Mayo and coffee.
Yeah.
I can see bananas without peeling them.
What? You can see that?
No, I can't see it, but it seems more realistic than mayo and coffee.
If you had to do one of the two, if you had to either eat a banana without peeling it or drink coffee with mayonnaise in it, which one would you do?
I'd probably drink because.
Would you?
Because eating a banana without peeling it just seems weird.
I'd have to opt for trying to eat the banana. The mayo in the coffee is cringeworthy.
Well, it's kind of creamer, you would think.
But there is some like bullet butter. I guess they put that butter in coffee now. Yeah. All right. Anyway, so you think that Hooker, even though he's out at least half the year, still might go in the first round?
I don't. He's good. His receivers were very good too.
Yeah.
I would watch it. These are the names to watch in the draft, and we'll talk about this later in the show as we get closer to the draft. Watch the name Jalen Hyatt to the Packers.
Jalen Hyatt. Who is that, AJ?
He plays receiver for Tennessee.
A receiver?
Yeah.
How many more receivers they didn't have any. Now they have tons of them, don't they? Young ones.
They have tons of young ones, but they want more.
They want more. That's who you think they're going to go receiver first.
But I don't think he'll go first. I think they'll pick him up in the draft.
No. You somewhere in the draft you think the Packers will pick him.
Yeah.
What's the last name again?
Hyatt, like the hotel.
Okay. Jalen Hyatt. Okay. And Rudy Gobert is got set out of the play-in game tonight because he punched his
teammate.
Yeah.
Dumbass.
Oh, that was a joke.
The Timberwolves had to suspend Gobert for throwing a punch, but accepted that it was a shot to the chest with no intent to injure Kyle Anderson, and understood that Anderson called Gobert a bitch repeatedly on the night when Gobert was playing hurt.
Oh, that was a joke too.
Things are going smoothly in Minnesota.
Yeah, the Gobert deal may go down as the all-time worst trade in NBA history.
So much for Midwestern nice.
Well,
bitch, bang.
Yeah, well, I don't know Kyle Anderson, but you'd think besides the biggest guy on the team, is not the one you'd call bitch. I mean, the guy with the longest reach, he's 7'5" or whatever it is. He could punch you from across the court.
You got to do it. You got to phone that in. You don't do that live in person. You text that.
And not to bring up bad memories for everybody, but Gobert has had a lot of controversy over the last few years. If you remember when he was in Utah, that was right before coronavirus.
Oh boy!
He started touching on the microphones.
Yeah, he thought it was pretty funny.
Oh boy!
And then he got it.
Yeah, twice.
Yeah. Well,
the justice of COVID.
AJ, whenever AJ says like not to bring up a controversial subject, the controversy is going to be flying, or not to be disrespectful, but and then AJ's going below the belt.
Next thing you know, it's January 6th. Next thing you know, they're at the Capitol steps with torches.
Sorry, guys.
Well, I'm glad we're in that zone because it is Tuesday.
Uh-oh.
And Tuesday means we're going to get somebody who might be a little hot under the collar. And I got a good one today, but this is extraordinarily not safe for work.
Okay. Turn it up, bitch.
So let's bring it up to 11, as Nigel from Spinal Tap would say, and turn things over to a man named Augie Garrido. I don't know. Yes. Oh, you know what? AJ's a fan. Well, let's see.
AJ has connections everywhere.
Let's see what Mr. Garrido has to say to his team after
He used to play at Whitewater.
Okay. Well, maybe he got his walking papers. Take it away, Miss Coach Garrido.
All right.
Uh-oh.
In 15 minutes, you guys will probably all be fucking fine with this, okay? I'll just sum it up this way as fast as I can. That is the most humiliating game in the last fucking 10 years.
Hello.
How can you fucking get picked up the first base? How can you do that?
Easy, you're not on the base anymore, Coach. Your foot actually gets up.
What do you think you're fucking with here? This isn't about some goddamn game.
Oh.
This is about our lives. Do you get it?
I can see his cords.
Don't you get it? You don't have a choice. When I fucking tell you to take, you take. Don't tell me you don't see it.
I don't see it.
Fucking look.
Ooh.
You understand?
That guy's taking notes.
You don't give a fuck.
Hello.
You walk out of here.
Uh-huh.
I gotta live with this motherfucking fucking embarrassing game the rest of my fucking life.
So you're.
I have totally fucking failed you guys.
So, Coach, you're upset, right?
We got beat at every single fucking part of this. Everything.
Uh-huh.
Look at the guy behind him.
Infield play. They two-out hitting.
Uh-huh.
Everything.
Didn't like it too much, huh?
Totally fucking stupid.
Anyway.
Okay, now after counseling with you, take that attitude with you.
I want you to be like, holy cow. That was great. That was.
Hey, Bulldog, you should see my hands right now as I'm applauding.
I take it.
I have seen that video before, and I love it.
So I had no idea that was on your greatest hits roster. Excellent. Well, I'm glad. It's like
AJ used to work with that guy. He was an assistant coach on that Texas baseball team.
I need to put a record album out. K-Tal presents Coach Meltdowns.
Actually, he was the last guy I worked with at the Bradley Center.
When I say sell ice cream, you sell it. You get that ice cream out there. You jam it in their hands and you shake them down. I love it.
Tell me you can't fucking hear me.
Yeah, he wields a good F-bomb. Like some people, some people that's like their they've honed it to an art, and he can cleave F-bombs into the bark of trees. He's that good with his voice. He's that good.
He only messed up. He only put one other cuss in there. It was pretty impressive.
Yeah, it was all right. It was all right,
It was good. It was good.
I mean, I'd give him 3.5 out of 4 stars. I want to give him a little bit of room to, improve. But
out of just sheer head exploding anger, I think that was.
Well, once the cords were sticking on the side of the neck, that was really, that was Dizzy Gillespie on his trumpet. I mean, a bullfrog. So anyway, there we go.
It's like Dr. Ben talking about Starbucks.
One of the more extreme Coach Meltdown Tuesdays we've done, but that's okay. We've been building up to this moment, I think.
Yeah.
So there we go.
And we'll have a play-in tournament preview tomorrow.
Oh, fantastic. Excellent. All right, cool. Well, AJ, you go make the day great and do what you do, and we will look for you here tomorrow.
Awesome.
Fantastic.
Piece of advice. Get out, enjoy the weather. It's 70 degrees outside.
It's going to be gorgeous today. It's a good day to just languish in the sun.
Yes, sir.
All right. Take care, AJ. We'll see you tomorrow.
See you, AJ.
Tomorrow, I guess.
All right. AJ Bikini with Sports right here on the Jack fucking Henke Show. So I'm all fired up now. That woke me up. I needed that. That was great. I wonder if that helped this team. They probably, I would think after that tirade, they were probably like, 8-0 or something,
But the thing is, too, when a guy's going off like that, everything's on him. The camera's on him. First of all.
Oh, yeah.
Do they have like a regular, who's shooting it at?
Who's like
shooting the video?
Yeah, I don't know. It looks very covert. It looked like someone busted out their phone and was just like, maybe he won't notice.
Well, yes, like this.
Yeah. I'm.
And the other guy, if he saw the way he was fired up, if he saw somebody with a phone in their hand while he was giving a speech, that phone would be history.
That would be an X phone. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It would just be nuts and bolts.
Nuts and bolts. And then the other thing is, how do you sit? What is your reaction when you sit through that? Those guys are like,
I've been lucky in my life outside the fact that I haven't done a lot of sports. So, but I mean, I've only sat through maybe like 2 of those in my life, and both of them were like sales meetings.
Yeah, I was going to say, it doesn't have to be sports. It can be anything.
No,
anything. Just loses their shit.
Oh, absolutely. And my favorite is at the end when those type of tirades end, and they're just like, everyone's just staring at you at that point because half the room is thinking you've completely, and the other half is like, I'm terrified.
Yeah.
All right.
Hit the showers.
All right. Well, we'll see you later.
Yeah.
How do you end that? What's a proper finale?
What's tomorrow like?
Right. Morning, guys. How are you doing? Hey, any coffee there in the commissary?
That's Bulldog without coffee.
That's about right. Absolutely. Hey, we got some time left. I really, really want to actually talk about this if we can. I burned some of the midnight oil last night when I wasn't sleeping and worked out a new schedule for CPL Radio, and I did a couple of other cool things too. And I'll see if I can actually get this shared. Hang on. Window.
Okay. Share those. I wanted to talk Hogan's Heroes.
Well, that's good too. Oh, for heaven's sake, it won't let me do that. You start talking Colonel Hogan and I'll get this thing shared up. Hang on.
Well, this was 52 years ago on April 4th. So today is the 11th. So a week ago.
Yeah, about a week, yeah.
52 years ago. The final episode of Hogan's Heroes aired. It ran for 168 episodes. That's a lot of episodes.
6 seasons, yeah.
Did they make more episodes per season back then?
They did, yes. You had like 25 or 26. Especially for a half-hour sitcom, they'd always make more.
It ran from September 17th, 1965 to April 4th, 1971 on the CBS network. Bob Crane starred as Colonel Robert E. Hogan. I never heard anybody call him.
It was very, very seldom. They would, yes.
Coordinating an international crew of Allied prisoners running a special operations group from the camp. Werner Klemperer played Colonel Wilhelm Klink, the incompetent commandant of the camp, and John Banner was the inept sergeant of the guard, Hans Schultz. I never knew Hans was his first name.
I didn't know that either, actually.
Yeah.
And again, very seldom brought up. He I just knew he had strudel problems. Anything you could get away with anything in the camp as long as LeBeau gave him a little strudel. And he would always a guy like this. The strudel. Borderline sexual.
Oh my God, borderline. Hogan's Heroes won two Emmys out of 12 nominations. Both wins were for Werner Klemperer. Did you know that?
Oh, nice. No, I did not know that. He's great.
As outstanding performance by an actor in a supporting role in a comedy in 1968 and 1969. Klemperer received nominations in the same category in 1966, 67, and 70. The series' other nominations were for Outstanding Comedy Series for 3 years, 66 through 8. Bob Crane for Outstanding Continued Performance by an Actor in a Lead Role. Nita Talbot,
she's great. She was in a lot of she did so many just kind of guest one shots on a lot of comedies, but you might remember her on the in the first season of Soap. She plays the tennis pro Peter Campbell, who was murdered. That's the show started. She was one of the many
Robert Urich.
Robert Urich was Peter Campbell, and but Nita Talbot was one of his students.
Oh, really?
One of the many students that he had.
It wasn't Bob Crane's real life wife, was it? The
no,
blonde with the braids.
No, Helga. Yeah, one of the
Helga.
Yes.
The actors who played the four major German. So first of all, I didn't know that Werner Klemperer ever won Emmys. Like you said, he
would
great.
You ever doubt me?
Yeah, yes, that was scary good. The actors who played the four major German roles: Werner Klemperer as Klink, John Banner as Schultz, Leon Askin as General Berghalter, and Howard Kane as Major Hochstetter.
Yes,
were all Jewish.
Yes.
Furthermore, Klemperer, Banner, and Askin all fled the Nazis during World War II. Kane, whose birth name was Cohen, was an American. Further, Robert Clary, a French Jew who played LeBeau, spent 3 years in a concentration camp with an identity tattoo from the camp on his arm.
Jeez.
A5714. His parents and other families were killed there. Likewise, Banner had been held in a pre-war concentration camp, and his family was killed during the war. Askin was also in a pre-war French internment camp, and his parents were killed at Treblinka. Other Jewish actors included Harold Gould and Harold J. Stone, who made multiple appearances.
Harold Gould is awesome. He's another great comedy great.
He is. He really is.
Well, Harold Gould was in Mel Brooks's silent movie. He plays the studio head who eventually who goes rabid during a meeting. He actually is on the table foaming at the mouth. Oh, no. Mel Brooks is like, "We're gonna make a silent movie," and he's like, it just comes completely unglued. It's awesome. Yeah, he was a comedy giant. Harold Gould was in literally like every single sitcom, from like Bob Newhart to Mary Tyler Moore to it, just constant.
He was everything. He was so good. He was in The Sting. He was really good.
Yes,
Kid Twist.
Yep.
As a teenager, Klemperer, the son of the conductor Otto Klemperer, fled Hitler's Germany with his family in 1933. During the show's production, he insisted that Hogan always win against his Nazi captors, or else he would not take the part of Klink. He defended his role by claiming, "I am an actor. If I can play Richard III, I can play a Nazi." Banner attempted to sum up the paradox of his role by saying, "Who can play Nazis better than us Jews?" Klemperer, Banner, Kane, Gould, and Askin had all spent the real Second World War serving in the U.S. Armed Forces. Banner and Askin in the U.S. Army, Air Force, Air Corps, Kane in the U.S. Navy, Gould with the U.S. Army, and Klemperer in the U.S. Entertainment Unit in the Army.
So as someone who owns the entire series on DVD, of course, I will say, having reviewed, because I watched it a lot as a kid because it was on,
I did too.
Right after Gilligan's Island, after Gilligan's Island, and before the Andy Griffith Show was always Hogan's Heroes on Channel 11 WLUK in Green Bay. So that's just how
those other two I could do without, but
I love them all. I love
Hogan's Heroes was just something about it.
It's really funny. I mean, that's the thing. I mean, even beyond the kind of prison camp pyrotechnics and all that. It's really witty. I mean, there's actually the scripts are actually funny. I mean, there's good jokes in there that don't even have to do with the war or their situation. It's just and the characters are extremely well developed. You know, everyone has served a purpose. Newkirk was like the safe cracker, gambler, and LeBeau was the French chef who was very small and could like fit into small places, and Carter was the Larry Hovis, who was one of my favorite. As a kid, he was my favorite character.
Really,
a Southern bumpkin who happened to also be like a brilliant chemist, could make a bomb out of anything. It was real cavalier about it, kind of dumb about it. He'd be like, "Oh boy, I got you a really good one this time. This could level all of Berlin." And he's like juggling it while he's saying that.
Was it Kinch? I asked you about this last night.
Ivan Dixon, which is rare to have an African American on a show like that too. I mean, that's and his blackness wasn't even part of the show. He was just one of the guys, which was really revolutionary. It was great. I mean, it was really
wasn't he like always the guy in the radio? I mean,
he was communications guy. Yeah, every time the flagpole with the Nazi flag an antenna would extend when he was wiring London.
And Hogan, that was loosely based on Solak 17.
17,
right?
Yeah, the Billy Wilder movie with William Holden, which was really good in its own right, but not nearly as funny. I mean, there's some laughs in there,
more
but
realistic.
Yeah. So, yep.
And then I always remember my mom said, "Oh, she always thought that Bob Crane, she didn't like him." And it was really? he had the weird what was his, he had the movie
he was a professional quasi-professional pornographer later in life. Unfortunately, he fell in with this really kind of shady guy, and it's funny because Crane was mostly a home movie. It sounds funny to say when you're a pornographer, but he was a home movie enthusiast. He was really into the tech and the gear. His Super 8mm film and 16mm film was really kind of working its way into the consumer market where you could actually, anyone could make a movie. I know it sounds funny now with our phones, but that was really revolutionary at the time. It was not happening. And so he found a way. Unfortunately, he fell in with a pretty shady guy and wound up using his technical talents for more exotic fare. And with that world, the mob's always involved, or there's crime involved. You're just in the seedier element of society. And unfortunately, it came back and bit him. He was bludgeoned by the guy later on, and kind of horrible.
There was a movie about it, right?
Autofocus with Greg Kinnear, written by Paul Schrader, who wrote Taxi Driver. So it's an entertaining movie up to a point, and then it gets kind of dark and scary. But Kinnear was really good in that, though. Kinnear actually was doing a flawless Bob Crane impersonation.
That was his big break, wasn't it?
Kinnear. Well, he was doing that Talk Soup thing on the Comedy Channel, and but I think it was cinematically. I think he had done As Good as It Gets with Nicholson right before that. So I think it's a second movie that you really kind of broke through. Yeah, but Hogan's Heroes. What's funny is that MeTV here in Milwaukee and other parts, they have their classic show lineup in prime time, and they shuffle things around here and there. They'll bring in Andy Griffith, they'll bring in whatever, I Dream of Jeannie, Mary Tyler Moore, whatever. What never ever moves, what has been locked in for years, is at the 9 o'clock hour they show 2 episodes of Hogan's Heroes, and that has not changed in 4 years now. Everything else shifts, but they never touch MASH. They never touch Hogan's Heroes. And it's funny because people complain on their social media, but the ones who are complaining are shouted down by the Hogan fans who are like, "Knock it off! That's our hour. You're not touching 9 o'clock.
You know nothing."
Right. We'll send in Major Hochstetter. They'll shut you up.
I loved MASH when it was running until it went down the shitter. When BJ Honeycutt came on, I mean, you may as well just turn it off. But prior to that, it was really funny. But you couldn't. Even though that was a period thing, that seems dated to me. It seems worn out. Maybe because it was on so much.
Yeah, I mean, it's
the reruns and stuff. I really was a big fan when I was a young kid. I thought it was hilarious.
I had someone tell me once when I was in a IT leadership role. Someone said, "You remind me of your leadership style reminds me of Colonel Henry Blake." Oh boy.
Hello.
Yeah.
He was great. I love Henry Blake.
McLean Stevenson was awesome.
Sherman Potter was okay.
Yeah.
But boy, when they brought in David Oxensteers, I mean, it was a shell of its former self. It was terrible.
It was still high in the ratings all the way to the end. They pulled the plug.
I know.
They pulled the plug early.
I never saw the ending one. I heard about it. I'm glad I didn't see it.
It's rough. It's rough. So with our remaining minutes, we're going to part Stalag 13 for a bit. And let me show you what we got cooking here. Let's see. That's somewhat readable.
Oh!
Half our faces. So an actual broadcast schedule, kids. But I wanted to bring this up on the show today. Look at Friday, if you would.
I can't read it.
Oh.
No. It's my thing. I just have it a set different side. Okay. Friday. Ooh, the best of.
In quotes, the Jack Henke Show. What I'm going to do,
relatively in
yes, in the we use the metric system when we measure best, but it is highlights, lowlights, and sidelights of the show. So hopefully, starting this Friday, I'm going to have our old friend Doc Scott come in. And
I saw him the other day.
Oh, nice!
On the way out when I was coming in your Authors Rectangle group.
Yes, indeed. Thank you. So, yeah, that's our schedule. Actually, what's cool here too, people always ask the eternal question that I get and have gotten for 4.5 years. How do I listen to the station? And I tell them, and they're just like, I didn't understand any of that. So, what I have now for the ease of use, if you look at the bottom there, it's a QR code.
Oh, holy shit.
Point your damn phone at that QR code, and I guarantee you within seconds, the station will start playing on your phone.
That's
and,
cool.
And it won't stop. There's nothing you can do to stop. No, I'm kidding. You can actually push stop, I guess.
Is that on the website?
It will be today. It's actually on our social media.
Excellent.
I put it on Facebook today. But
also,
I have a Bitly, which is the short version. You know, when you and so I couldn't use. People are gonna be like, "Why didn't you use CPL radio?" Instead of, well, it was taken by some radio station in the Caribbean, CPL radio. So I use Radio CPL. So if you want to get to the station, and again, it's no frills. It's just the audio. It doesn't look like anything. No, it's just
frill free.
Yeah, it has to be, because if I put frills, then people can't find how to push play. They're all like, well, what do I do? You push the little triangle that looks like a play button. That's too much. People are like, I can't. No, that's too much. You're asking way too much of me. Fine. When you type in that Bitly address, the station, boom, starts playing. So there we go. No, well, 4.5 years of begging and pleading and cajoling and trying to get people to listen to the radio station and not having a good way to tell them. Now it doesn't get much better than this. It's like, scan that QR code and start rocking out to Miles Davis.
So I missed everything you said just now because I was
story of my life. Yes,
I was distracted by that great sign behind you.
Of course, yes.
Sorry,
I didn't know.
I'm studying in detail how all the different things that the clips that Quinn and his dad did. To make
absolutely
that's fantastic.
Sparks were flying, I'm sure, over at their house because
look at the three upside down. That's a Wisconsin.
Yeah. Some of that, a couple of those Wisconsin plates are like the ones from the 70s and 80s. The yellow on black. That was the earliest.
Oh,
earliest memory. Right. My earliest memory of Wisconsin plates was yellow, black on yellow. So
yes, me too.
Very, very impressive.
It was so ugly.
So there we go. Yes.
The thing is, if you have license plates, Quinn is in need of them.
I would think so. Yeah.
If anybody has an old license plate they don't want, drop it off with Bulldog at the library.
Totally, absolutely. Very, very cool. So. Anyway, Friday we'll have in prime time audio only. The best of clips. You can tune into what went on during the week, and if we do nothing good during the week, then you can hear us flail and fail, whatever. I don't know.
Flail and fail and frill free. You're on the F's today. F bombs.
Yeah, I'm inspired by Coach Garrido or whatever his name. Garrido.
That's got to be on the best of. That clip.
Yeah, that's how we'll start the show every week.
Man,
I don't care. Anyway,
makes me feel good.
Yes, I think. Well, yeah, absolutely. Anyway, that's the show for today. We have survived another one, and we're back tomorrow with Patty Golden Hansen, our Wednesday person.
For
and
fashion and jewelry, Patty points.
Yeah,
Patty points.
Exactly. And I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go stay awake somehow.
And AJ will be back.
And AJ will be back tomorrow too. Absolutely.
Go out to your car and sleep. Even 20 minutes is good for.
Oh, it's huge. It's enormous. I can't wait. I'm gonna go park at the. If anyone wants to come, pull a practical gag or throw things at me, I'll probably be sleeping in the Piggly Wiggly parking lot over lunch. So parked by that tree around the back. That's where I'll be. So I'll sign whatever you want me to sign. All right. Have a good day, everybody. We'll see you tomorrow.
Goodbye.